Regular show, The Lost Tapes, and Adventure Time Side Quest. Two new sequels to the previous best shows on Cartoon Network ever. Yeah, I said it. But this video is not to prove why. That can be covered in a later video. We're here to see if these two new shows can continue to carry the crown of their previous successors. In this video, we'll be analyzing, respectfully critiquing, and reviewing the shows. So enough talk, let's get to it. Now, starting off with regular show Lost Tapes. Watching the episodes doesn't actually feel like a new show. If these new episodes were added to the original show itself, I wouldn't have thought a thing or noticed that this was from a whole nother show to come years later. Regular show The Lost Tapes kept the same animation, same original intro, and sounds to me as the same voice actors. I would even consider regular show The Lost Tapes less of a sequel, and well, I was gonna say reboot, but the definition of what I thought it was doesn't align. So I'll just say to my own words, a restart of their own show? Oh, you get what I mean. I myself actually enjoyed watching regular show Lost Tapes. It brings me back to a time when I used to watch regular show after a day 5th grade and eat sweets and sugar. Oh man, good times. What's that? I'm getting off topic again? Oh, sorry. With the first season of regular show The Lost Tapes, I'll most definitely consider it a banger. The nostalgia is there, and well, so is everything else that was there in the original show they did. So props to the creators behind it. I know it probably wasn't easy, given it the same feel it used to have. I'm excited to see season 2 and seeing the dynamic duo of Mordecai and Rigby going on a regular adventures once again. See what I did there? I said irregular instead of regular. That wasn't funny.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Moving on to Adventure Time, Side Quest. Now this show went all in with 20 episodes on the first season. Woo woo! At first glance, you could tell that Adventure Time was going into a new direction with a new animation style and a new Finn actor. I saw it as more of a same Adventure Time show but new journeys type thing. Adventure Time seems to be doing the opposite of regular show The Lost Tapes. Not trying to recreate the same nostalgic show, and instead going on a new path and trying new things. Which, I can see why, when Fiona and Cake is out, and in a way, doing what the original Adventure Time did. Now, as I'm watching the episodes of Adventure Time, I can say, it does have a new feel to it, with the intro keeping the same DNA but slightly altering it with a new style. An attempt to make a new iconicness, which is actually a word that is considered a word in some dictionaries, but then not considered one in others. I would definitely say, in my own opinion, that Adventure Time Side Quest has a more kiddie feel to it. And well, I guess it was like that in the first season of Adventure Time, so I have to stay tuned to see if that changes or not. But honestly, I like it. Despite being my age, I would still sit back and enjoy a snack while watching the show. Adventure Time Side Quest still has that same fantasy bizarre feel to it, and I hope it always does. Now comparing the two, Adventure Time and regular show, I would like to say that they both have their own advantages in their own way, specific to what they're trying to achieve. Comparing Adventure Time Side Quest to regular show is like comparing a sauce to a seasoning. They're both in their own lanes. But what I can compare is a sequel to the originals. Regular show The Lost Tapes doesn't really feel like a new show to me at all. Nothing really changed. It's just as funny as the other show, and just as chaotic. Not much to say about The Lost Tapes, honestly, except the idea of watching Lost Tapes was a creative way to keep the show going and write new stories about regular show. I'd give regular show The Lost Tapes a solid 8 out of 10. Now moving on to Adventure Time Side Quest. Looking at the original Adventure Time to Side Quest, there are some big differences. I think the only voice actor that changed was Finn, which makes sense because it would be weird for a grown man to voice a kid. Side Quest went inside a new lane, changing the animation, the intro, the outro. Even if it was slightly, it was still noticeable. But I can say, for certain, in my own opinion, the OG Adventure Time was better. It had a more mature vibe to it. I feel as if Side Quest was aimed more towards kids and preteens and teenagers. But that's just how I feel. I'd give Adventure Time Side Quest a solid 7 out of 10. Though it is unfair to compare these new shows to their previous predecessors. So maybe I'll come back in a few seasons and talk about these two iconic shows once more. Well, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about these new shows. And I would greatly appreciate if y'all like and subscribe. I'll see you all on the next vid.